This is lesson 5, simplifying square roots. Our opening exercise, we're going to find some factors and simplify some things. So the first one is find the factors of 16. So the factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. The factors of 36, we've got a lot more of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, and 36. So it says simplify the square root of 16 as much as possible. The square root of 16 is 4. And then simplify the square root of 36 as much as possible. That would be 6. So the next thing for number 3, it says find the factors of 121. That would be 1, 11, and 121. The factors of 81 would be 1, 9, and 81. So to simplify the square root of 121 would be 11. And to simplify the square root of 81 would be 9. So for example 1, let's move this up a little bit. It says find, there we go. Let's just make that a little bit bigger. It says find the factors of 20. Well, the factors of 20 would be 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. The factors of 28 would be 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28. Now in this case, we're trying to find and simplify the factors or the square root of 20 as much as possible. In this case, what we're trying to do is we are trying to find, and I'm going to write it down here, we are trying to find the largest perfect square times the factor. Because what we're going to actually do is we're going to take that perfect square and have that multiply by that factor. So in this case, to simplify the square root of 20, we're going to take that perfect square of 4 times the 5. So in this case, that square root of 20 is going to equal underneath that square root, and then we'll separate it. Square root of 4 times times 5. Let me redo that. Times 5. So now when I separate that, we've got the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. Well, the square root of 4 is 2. So therefore, it would be 2 square root of 5. Because that 2 next to that square root symbol means to multiply. So now, for the square root of 28, we've got that perfect square of 4 times 7. So here we've got that square root of 28, and that's going to equal the square root of 4 times 7. So I can separate that as the square root of 4 times the square root of 7. So here it would equal 2 times the square root of 7. And that is how we simplify that. So the next thing that we're going to do is it says, is 50 a perfect square? Why or why not? And the answer is no. because there is no number times itself that will give you it will give you 50. It says rewrite 50 as a product of factors, especially factors that are perfect squares. Well, in this case, we have 50 would equal 25 times 2. So to rewrite the square root of 50 in simplest form would be square root of 50 would equal square root of 25 times 2, which would equal square root of 25 times the square root of 2, which would equal 5 square root of 2. Okay, so the next thing then is 128 a perfect square? Why or why not? No. There is no integer you can multiply to itself that will give you 128. So we're going to rewrite 128 as a product of factors, especially factors that are perfect squares. So here I've got 128. That's 164. Oh, sorry, it's 64 times 2. So to rewrite the square root of 68, or 128, sorry, in simplest form, so square root of 128 is going to equal the square root of 64 times 2, which would equal square root of 64 times the square root of 2. So the square root of 64 is 8. Square root of 2. That ends our lesson for today.